Welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. I'm Bob Lennon, President of ThermalWood Canada, host for the show, and our special guest today, Maestro Antonio Delgado. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much.
So we'll call you Tony because, as you mentioned a while ago, that where you connect most with. So you are the maestro for the New Brunswick Youth Orchestra. You're involved in the Sistema Program. But what's your background? What's your story? Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I'm originally from Caracas, Venezuela. I mean, growing up, I used to love playing baseball. And that's how ironically, that's how I ended up in music. There was a show, a very old show called the Bad News Bears. And the main thing of that show was a music that I always like. And many years after, I discovered that was the overture for the Carmen opera. So, so I love that, and I always had this inclination towards music. I used to listen a lot of Latin American music, but also Beatles. And one day my mom said, like, would you like to play some music? So I started playing organ. That was my first instrument, but mostly like pop music. And I got to play many Beatles tunes. And then one day, because we had a relative who was going to this orchestra thing, I attended a concert, and guess what? They played the overture to Carmen. But the Bad Bears News main theme, and I loved it. I loved the entire program, not just that song. And I begged my mom to register me in the program, and yeah, that's how everything started in music. And then I went through the entire program. I did like beginners, intermediate, all this progression, and the professional orchestra. But at the beginning, I wanted to be a composer. And one day, one of my teachers gave me an opportunity to try one of my pieces with the orchestra. So I was in front of the orchestra. It went really bad, but I realized maybe what I like to do is to be here in front of the orchestra. And that's how I got interested in conducting. And then one of my teachers, conducting teachers, actually studied in England, and I got to go to England to study with the same teacher. I didn't. I mean, he did it like in a normal setting. I did it in summer courses, so I went 6 times to England to study with this teacher, and that's how I started my conducting career.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. But when you're talking about being in the program, it's the same program that Ken and all the group from Sistema modeled.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got our inspiration, and that's how we're modeling the program with that original program.
Well, that's pretty impressive. And now you're involved with the Sistema program here. So tell us a little bit about, because I read an article about you on the weekend, and the article was comparing you to Maestro for the Montreal Symphony and the LA Symphony, and there was a few others in there. So, that's pretty prestigious when you get to that level, and you're maestro of these large orchestras, and you choose to come to New Brunswick and to be part of the New Brunswick Youth Orchestra. So, tell us how that came about and how we're so blessed to be able to have somebody of your talent here.
Okay, first of all, I'm very proud. Their names are Maestro Rafael Payare and Gustavo Dudamel, and both of them are now superstars, and they actually a little bit younger than me, and they started in the same program. That make us so proud, so much. It's a source of pride because most of all started with no musical background, and that shows you that that's not a prerequisite to get as far as you can. That's one thing. And now how I ended up here in New Brunswick, well, it's pretty much related with my today's wife. We were dating, and she decided to audition to this little place in Canada called Moncton, New Brunswick, which I'd never heard of. So we decided to continue the relationship long distance. I was visiting her twice a year. She would do the same back to Venezuela, and so that's how I got to meet Ken McLeod through a friend. Ken wanted to know better about this program that he heard of. That's pretty much how it started. And my wife's was so well established here that I decided, I'll
Might as well move.
yeah, I'm gonna join here, and I got the offer from the orchestra, and the rest is history now.
Well, and again, we're very, very fortunate to be able to have somebody of your caliber take care of the kids from New Brunswick and bring them to that level. And just recently in June, you performed at Carnegie Hall. How was that experience?
Oh, that was great. Listen, I'm very happy to be here as well. I mean, with the New Brunswick youth, we have achieved so many beautiful moments. That all started with an idea from Ken. He watched this video from a car manufacturer.
Yeah.
That it was produced as a joke. That we said, well, we have an answer to that, and we wanted to do it in that same spirit. So we played what the kids were playing in the commercial, and we knew that we could make it sound good. So we were in St. John at the time, so we decided to play. We rehearsed it, we played, we put it together, and yeah, so it went viral. That was great.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
40,000 views just in a couple of weeks or something like that, and we getting reviews and congratulations from many people. And so people organizers of this festival actually contacted us, and they said, "Would you like to come to New York?" And I remember one of my conversations with them is because you're supposed to audition in order to get to participate. And I said, "Well, how does the audition process work? Because we ended up our season already." And they said, "No, well, your audition was a video. You just have to decide to come, and yeah, that's how it happened."
It's like you got the golden buzzer, like they have in American Got Talent. Like somebody hits the golden buzzer, and you got to move ahead of the game. So that had to be a great experience for you and the kids that performed, right?
No, it was very special, and it has brought all the stuff as well. We played with all the three orchestras in the same concert, and one of the orchestras is the orchestra of the University of California at Fullerton. And those people were impressed with our work, so they're coming to visit because they want to recruit kids. They want to set that relationship with us, and we might go there sometime. And so we're in that process. They are visiting this year, and the idea is to start a joint project and see how everything works.
Well, you never know how things happen, right?
Yeah.
And so from listening to a commercial on television to producing that little video that you guys did to going viral to Carnegie Hall, now partnerships. But we're going to be very fortunate in the northern part of New Brunswick very soon that you're bringing the orchestra to Bathurst and to Tracadie, I believe.
Yes.
So on October 21st, it's a Saturday in Tracadie, and then coming on Sunday. So anybody listening to this, make sure that you buy your tickets and get there. We'll be promoting as much as we can. So the last question I have for you, Tony, is the fact that you moved to New Brunswick, you come from outside. We sometimes have a really hard time to see what we have in our own province. So coming from outside and working with the kids and meeting a lot of the parents and stuff, what is it that you find is so special about people in New Brunswickers as a whole?
There are so many things, but if I have to choose one of them, is kindness. I love being here. People are so kind, so so caring, and no, that has made me stay here, and I want my family to grow up here with the same New Brunswick heart, I would say, and the fact that there's such a special love for New Brunswick, for the province. I know many people have left because they're in difficult situations. Sometimes the economy doesn't help people to stay, but I know everybody that I've met from the province around Canada, they can't wait to come back, and they do it every time they can, and that has been reflecting the results, and you see that the kids really care about what they do, and they want to do their best, and they feel the pride to play, in all of our cities and little towns or wherever they go. So that's why I want to invite every people in the area, Tracadie and Bathurst, because usually we associate symphonic orchestra with very serious people and a very serious environment, and yeah, there's some of that, but you're gonna see like little kids as young as 10 to 23 playing the best, and the repertoire is actually related with New Brunswick because one of the pieces is called the Miramichi Ballad.
Okay.
It was composed by Kelsey Jones, who actually studied at Mount Allison University. And that piece helps us to connect everything with the local culture because it's based on fiddle tunes and folk tunes and from the region. And guess what? We're playing the New World Symphony, which is a famous symphony, but it's based on fiddle tunes, maybe a little bit south from the States. And there is a wonderful connection with all that. Another piece that we're gonna play is the Batuque, which is folk song but from Brazil.
Okay.
And then another exciting piece that we're gonna play is called Danzas del Ballet de la Estancia, which is the same but from Argentina. So it's a lot of excitement. It's all I would say this is a new world music because it's all Canadian, American, Brazilian, and Argentine.
Well, it's impressive and it's amazing. And the other thing that I want to tie it into is that we've just started the Sistema program in the Chaleur region. So this is an opportunity for people to come out and see what can happen as a progression to bring it to that level. And there's a lot of people that are investing in this program, but it's an investment in the future because the kids from our region can actually make it to that level and play with you.
Oh yeah, no, listen, this is like having the opportunity to look into a window through a window into the future, which happens. This is going to be happening very soon in Bathurst as well. You're going to have your kids participate in the orchestra. We used to have more kids from Bathurst before, well, after COVID, everybody's been affected, exactly. And especially music programs. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have very, very soon more kids from Bathurst again. And I mean, it's open to everybody in the community, but the Sistema program there is going to make sure that's going to happen. So,
well, I want to thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing for the province, and thank you for what you're doing with these kids. And looking forward to seeing you in Bathurst on the 22nd when you come back up.
Okay, thank you very much.
And there we have it. Another edition of Northern Heat for this week. Place you come to listen to the stories that haven't been discovered yet.